A single tear rolled down the woman's face and fell onto the table. A nearby fly noticed the tear and swiftly flew over to the table. Using the tear, it wrote its own name on the table's surface. Bindu, upon seeing this, shuddered in shock. She couldn't believe that her deceased boyfriend had transformed into a fly. To confirm it wasn't a hallucination, she allowed the fly to crawl onto her palm. Bindu asked, "Are you really Nani?" The fly affirmed. Bindu then inquired about the cause of Nani's death. Unexpectedly, the fly glanced towards a nearby newspaper. Immediately after, Nani flew onto the face of a wealthy man pictured in the paper. Seeing this, Bindu instantly understood. It turned out that the wealthy man was deeply infatuated with Bindu. He wanted to possess her as his wife. Therefore, he had brutally murdered Nani. Bindu felt a rush of panic. She asked Nani what she could do. Nani quickly flew to some paint and then back to the newspaper, drawing a red line across the wealthy man's neck. Bindu immediately grasped the message. To avenge Nani, Bindu collaborated with the fly and began training. To protect against the harm of insecticides, Bindu crafted a gas mask for the fly. The fly used toothpicks to build muscle strength and utilized cassette tapes as a treadmill. After a few days of intensive training, the fly had transformed into a kung fu master. They swiftly launched their plan. First, they quietly flew into the wealthy man's bedroom. Then, they knocked a burning cigarette onto the floor. Using all his strength, the fly pushed the cigarette under the bedsheets. The wealthy man, upon smelling the unusual odor, immediately lifted the sheets. He narrowly escaped being burned to death. To eliminate this annoying fly, the wealthy man scattered large amounts of insecticide around the room. However, to his surprise, not only did the fly survive, but it also transferred the toxic substances into his water glass. By the time he realized, he had already consumed half a glass. He rushed to the bathroom to induce vomiting. From that day on, he had his bodyguards taste his food before every meal. But Nani had a new plan. He sharpened his claws to be razor sharp and then cut the wires of a lamp. He flew around the wealthy man, luring him towards the lamp. The wealthy man, intending to kill Nani, unexpectedly received an electric shock that left his body trembling. Nani, seeing this scene, joyfully danced. Just then, a nearby toy cannon gave Nani another idea.